We're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 12 of March 2026. The last one for the year. And it's part 2 of Story of the Year. Because now we do a double album review. One with the dark side of the coin, one with the light side of the coin. An album that maybe struts both and maybe gets people's thinkings. So, Story of the Year and A.R.S.O.N. A.R.S.O.N. There we go. Now, before I reveal what yesterday everybody thought of this album, let's find out what these lot of reprobates thought of it then as well. Chris, let's start with you then, shall we? Story of the Year. Have you heard of them?
I confess, no, this is new to me. And when it first started off, I thought this was going to be another one of those metalcore albums that I wasn't going to get much traction with. I wasn't going to like it that much. It was just going to kind of abuse my ears for some time and then we'd finish. And I'm pleased to say that it didn't happen. I really enjoyed this. It starts off with a whole load of metalcore with Gasoline. There's a lot of chaos and high energy before it blends in something a bit more new metal with stuff like Fall Away in the next few songs. A comparison to Papa Roach is not out of order, given that Jacoby Shaddix is featured on one of the songs, who's the lead singer of Papa Roach, for those that need to tell him, which you really shouldn't at this point. And I really enjoyed it. They happen to share a producer with Linkin Park as well, so there's a lot of influences there that are going to, I grew up is the wrong word, but I matured into my my current musical leanings through stuff like Linkin Park, Papa Roach, a lot of others along the way. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. We get a bit more pop punk for stuff like 3 AM towards the middle of the album, and then you can put this up against a whole load of there's a couple of bands that have got 4-letter acronyms for their names, and this fits right in alongside them as well. I just thought it was really well done. It fits into the current sort of raft of these sort of albums that are coming out. It doesn't necessarily stand out from all of them, but it definitely fits, and they definitely belong in the same brotherhood as these groups. And I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it, given that there is some metalcore in there, and then it comes up to sort of the new metal screamo type stuff. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with this one, and it's always good when I add the artist to my discography to take a look at their back albums, and that is exactly what I've done this month.
Ooh. Trish, refresh us from your part 1 review to part 2 review.
Okay. This album is raw. It's about personal experiences of going through something, and instead of pretending they're fine, they're finally saying it out loud. The title, All Rage, Still Only Numb, makes sense once you listen to these songs. There's anger, but there's also reflection and growth. Gasoline instantly grabbed me. It's got guitars, drums. It doesn't sound like rage for rage's sake. I found myself replaying that one a lot. My Religion might also be one of my personal favourites. There's something vulnerable in it. It feels like you're questioning everything you've believed in, not just faith, but identity and purpose. And I can't not mention Good For Me, Feel So Bad. It captures that feeling of knowing something might be good for you while still feeling completely wrong. It's raw and conflicted. This album is heavy, melodic, but more reflective. The screams are not forced. For new listeners, it's proof that Story of the Year is creating music for you to relate to, and they are not scared to show themselves as they are.
Raw and conflicted. Andy?
Is that what I am?
No,
generally, or?
Who knows? Probably.
Yeah, for me, there was elements which I liked in this album, and there was stuff which I didn't like as much. So in terms of it is very slick. It's very well produced. It's got quite a good variety of it. It does move from different sounds, and it does cover a lot of area, which is nice. It's got good variety in it, and it's really produced well through for it. Did I connect with it as much as other people did maybe around here? Maybe not, but there was enough of me to enjoy it, without a doubt, and there are good songs on there. So would I personally listen to a lot of it again? Maybe again, probably not, but there was enough which I did enjoy. Musically, is very well done, very well produced, very well performed, good vocals. Yeah, and the music's it's actually quite good through for it. But again, not so much fan of the screamer and the metalcore through for it. So mixed bag, but urging on the side of liking it more than not liking it.
Yeah, look, post-punk. There are likable. I do like it to Linkin Park because of its variation in there as well. Sometimes a bit too metalcore for me as well, but post-punk, melodic. There was if you go, well, I like a bit of heavy indie rock. Well, check out a bit of Story of the Year then. Or I like a bit of post-punk rock. Check out Story of the Year. I like metalcore. Or check out Story of the Year. So there is a lot of elements to this album that ticks a lot of boxes, and I think they've done majority of it well. I mean, I enjoyed the album. I really liked the album. My Religion is definitely could be on the short list for me. It'll certainly potentially be my top 10, or certainly my top 10 songs of the year so far. But obviously we're only a quarter of a way through the year, so there's a long way to go. But really good, solid album, thoroughly enjoyable. Elements similar to Andy, elements I absolutely loved, and some elements went, I can listen to it, but I wouldn't want to listen to it again on some of the elements. So I imagine there'd be an album that I would potentially skip a few tracks. But what I did like, I liked very much. Okay, let's find out, shall we, what our scores are here for everyone, and let's then compare. So don't forget, if your score is less than yesterday's, then their score counts, and our score here does not count. It would be eradicated from the history of ratings. So on that score. So Chris, then let's start with you.
I gave this a 4.5.
Ooh, very good. Trish.
I concur with Chris, and I gave it a 4.5.
Ooh, Andy.
I gave it a 3.5.
I give it a 4, so I was sweetly in the middle. A lot of 4s for me this week, this month even. Paul did not particularly. He was all right. 2.5 from Paul. A 2.5 on that score. So which gives it a 3.8. Do you think higher or lower from the other point? Higher or lower, Chris? Higher or lower than a 3.8?
I think they went higher.
Okay.
I think they went higher because, all due respect to Paul's opinion on this, it's not the sort of stuff that Paul would listen to. So he's gone middle of the road. I think most of the people on the other stage would have appreciated this more.
Andy, higher or lower?
Yeah, I agree completely. I think it's gone higher.
It wasn't just higher; it was massively higher. It's got 4.4. It is our album of the month and our current joint album of the year so far. So very similar vein to you, Chris, and Trish in that regards as well. Simon even give it a 5, so which is just crazy, but not really when you think of Linkin Park. And I wouldn't put it as a direct comparison to Linkin Park, only in the sense that it was eclectically different in terms of that in that style. Anyway, what do you give us? Give us our 2-word. Well, finally our 2-word review. It's Story of the Year. Let's find out, shall we, Chris? 2 words.
Melodic melancholy.
Trish.
Fierce numbness.
Fierce numbness. Okay. Interesting. Andy.
Interesting story.
Ooh,
I have to go with a great read. Great read. Only a great listen. Anyway, right, okay. Leave your 2-word review out there, or even a review, or even a like, or even a dislike. What the hell? Let's have something here, people. In the meantime, keep on rocking, and we will see you next month. This was our last episode of the month. We'll see you next month for, there's more albums released, so you'll hear more from us. In the meantime, keep on rocking, keep on safe, and thank you very much for tuning in. Goodbye.
Adios.